Howdy everyone, welcome back to the Texan Chess Player. In our last lesson, we looked at how this army moves. Today we're tackling the scariest moment for a beginner. Move number 1. You don't need to memorize dozens of complicated Grandmaster openings. You just need to follow 3 simple golden rules to guarantee that you get a great position in every single game. Let's head over to the screen and break them down. Alright. So the first rule for any chess game is you want to control the center. See these 4 squares right here. This is the center of the board. This is basically like the town square, and whoever controls it gets whoever controls it is better prepared for the game. So first piece you want to push is your pawns. These are the front line infantry, like I said in the last video. And ideally, if you want the best experience, I would say you should push the D pawn or the E pawn. I always keep doing this shit. Let's just say we push the E pawn. This way we'll push the E pawn. That is exactly what you got. That's exactly what you got to do. You either want to push the D pawn, the D pawn, or the E pawn, because these fight for the center. It give you a stronger position and give you a better chance of winning. Now, rule 2, you want to develop. So let's say you want to develop your knights before knights, then knights, and then your bishops. These are called the golden moves, and there are 10 of them. The knights help. Defend your pawns. See how these knights are defending those pawns? They help solidify the structure of your position, and then you move your bishops. In a perfect world, this is what the position should look like. So far, we've covered 6 golden moves. And there are 4 more. Now, you don't want to bring your queen out too early, because she's a boss. People, she will get, your opponent will chase your queen around, and it could get captured, which is not something you want to happen, because the queen is worth the most. Now, the next move you want to do is castle. Castling looks like this. Well, obviously it doesn't take 2 moves. Castling doesn't really work in this analysis thing. So I showed you how to do it to the best of my ability. Castling, let's reset the position. Castling is when you move your king 2 to the left, 2 to the right, and your rook slides one over. See that? You can also castle long. So let's say you wanted to castle long. You just move all of these pieces out of the way, like we did this side. So say you moved your queen right here. You could now castle long, which is where you move your king to the left, and your rook goes to the D file. Now, castling. Now there's some rules for castling. Your king cannot be in check. Your king cannot. Your king cannot castle where it can be. Cannot castle into check. And there cannot be pieces obstructing. There cannot be pieces obstructing the lane between the king and the rook, and the rook you're trying to castle with, or the king, cannot have moved previously. So let's say, oh, I want to move my rook to D. I want to move my rook to D1. Actually, for this example, we'll do C1. I want to move my rook to C1. Well, you can no longer castle because that rook moved. You can castle over here. That's it. Now here's the final golden move. I'll get that set up for you. So your final golden moves. This is only in a perfect world. Obviously your opponent's gonna fight back. You can your final golden moves are to connect the rooks, where the rooks can see each other. I see you. Connect your rooks, and then move the A1 rook first. Then the F1, then the F1 rook. And this is how your position should look in a perfect world. Now it is not going to look like this when you actually play a real game because, well, you're playing against another opponent. They're not going to let you do this. Unless they're absolutely stupid, they're not going to let you do this. And castling is like building the fort. Like, see how the rook looks like a castle? You want to shield your king from danger by putting your rook in front of the king. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see lesson 3, if you want to see more lessons like this, I'm going to be coming out with lesson 3 and lesson 4. If you want to see that, hit those like and subscribe buttons, and I'll see you in my next video.